here we go.
Episode 8 or 7, Claudia.
Seven. Lucky
seven.
seven.
Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's lucky 7.
Because you wanted to avoid the rubber. That's fine. The burglar.
We are talking about Catan. If you've played Catan, you know exactly what we're talking about, the board game. So anyway, I avoided the robber by not saying 7, but now it is 7.
It is.
It's very good. Well, this episode we just talked about, we're going to talk about wellness. And again, we've talked about this on our show a lot. We just got off the radio show and we interviewed Ali Lorman, and it was very inspiring. I mean, her talking about yoga and all things wellness. And as you know, I just came back from Phoenix, and I'm looking at doing an Optimize here, which we had Michael, who is the owner of Optimize in Phoenix, on the show a couple of weeks ago on the radio show. And it's so important that we talk about these things, especially in this time. There's all this preventative stuff of wearing a mask and social, all this, whatever. I don't even want to say it. But what can we do to boost our immune systems? And I'm so excited because this cold plunges, which I'm doing every day, these infrared saunas, which you have in your house.
Yes.
The compression things that we're going to bring down for Optimize. What else?
The negative ion mat.
The negative ion, the biomat.
Isn't
that incredible?
Amazing. That is amazing. And I think it's kind of like a ray of light in a world that went a little bit cloudy, has been a little bit cloudy for the last 18 months or however long.
Yep.
And to see so many people interested in wellness and into feeling better and doing things to boost your immune system, and realize that, hey, this is all I have. The body that I'm in is all that I really have. And let's treat it well. And it doesn't mean it has nothing to do with aesthetics or anything like that. It has to be with actually feeling well within your skin. And I think that's great.
No, and it's not only the things that you're doing, like these other things, but people's diets now. People are really focused on what they're eating. People that are really caring about their health, because that's, again, what we put in our bodies is what happens to us. I mean, that's what we become. And there are ways to eat healthy. And just like Ali was talking about on the radio show, and if you have, I really recommend, if you're just listening to the podcast, go check out this week's radio show on Cabo Mil News on the Facebook page. But Ali was talking about going alcohol free. And this is not condemning anybody that drinks alcohol. This is not, we're not talking about Alcoholics Anonymous for alcoholic. That's a whole different deal. But it's just being alcohol free and feeling how healthy that feels. And even if you do that for a while, try it. I mean, I've been on this diet. You and I talked about it last night, Claudia. We had Claudia over last night and played Catan, the board game we just referenced.
Which is awesome.
But being alcohol free for the last 2 weeks, the amount of energy I have, the things I can do at night still when I go to bed because I didn't have a couple glasses of wine. It's amazing how it changes you.
It does. And how much better you feel when your digestive system works properly, works the right way. It's like, oh, wow, a whole new you. It's amazing. Absolutely. And we forget because we are so used to, if you have a headache, you take a pill. If you have a stomach ache, you take something to take away the stomach ache. But you don't really look for, why is my stomach hurting? Why are my joints hurting? Why? And like we were saying, I really thought I was getting to the beginning of rheumatoid arthritis, which runs in my family, because I had all these joint aches. I stopped eating gluten, and lo and behold, the joint aches went away, which seems to be one of those kind of side effects. And it's not that I'm not allergic to gluten, but your body starts to develop intolerances to certain things that are weighing on the way your metabolism works. And so it's kind of like trial and error sometimes, but if you find what works for you, stick to it, I would say.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that and just to what you were saying, I have also been gluten-free for about 2 months now. And that's just been amazing to stop bread. And I've even stopped rice. And that's more because of, just not getting so much sugar in my system.
The
And
starches.
that's really why I did that. But I want to share, let's see if I can share here. Oh, I think you're gonna have to let
Yep,
me
you
share.
got it.
So this book, it's called What Doesn't Kill Us. And I think I shared, Claudia, that I am getting the certification from Wim Hof. And if you haven't
Yes.
heard Wim Hof before, he's the Iceman. And he's the one that really brought to the mainstream these cold plunges and the changes that it makes. I shared with you a couple of weeks ago when we talked to Michael from Optimize that I had high blood pressure that I controlled with medication. I began doing cold plunges about a month and a half later, and my blood pressure is normalized. It's amazing to me. I'm not on medications. I've gotten rid of all medications. I'm not on any medications. I have never felt better, more energetic. I used to have a little bit of depression. I can't even remember what that feels like. It's amazing to feel this joy of life all the time, and it really has to do with eating right, this cold compression, and what Wim Hof talks about. And I put a book on the screen called What Doesn't Kill Us by Scott Carney. And he talks about his own journey with Wim Hof. And this book was published in 2016. And what happened to him doing the breathing techniques of Wim Hof and subjecting the body to the cold. And the basic premise is this, is that we need to be stressed. We live in a society where everything comes so easy. We are inside. We're never really exposed to the elements. And the truth is, we need to be exposed to the elements. That's how our body becomes stronger. We learn how to deal with stress. What happens is we were in these very comfortable locations, and the cortisol levels are going through the roof. We feel anxious. We feel all this energy inside, and it's not good for us. That's why rheumatoid arthritis, things like that happen. That's why anxiety, depression, because we're not exposing ourselves to real stress. It's all fake stress that we've made in our minds. But if you get out, I promise you put yourself in 40-degree water, you will not be thinking about anything except that 40-degree water.
Breathing while you're in that
breathing. Yes. And if you use these breathing techniques, you can actually, and this is what Wim Hof has showed, you can control your autonomic nervous system, which is the things that you're not supposed to be able to control, like your breathing, like your heart rate, like your digestion, like your immune system. And when you read this book, you're going to be blown away, because he has not only controlled his, but he has taught other people to do it. And they've done testing at the universities, and they have also controlled their immune system. And they actually injected an endotoxin into Wim Hof and other people that he trained for 4 days, only 4 days. He trained them with breathing techniques and cold plunges, and the endotoxin did not make them sick. And so you definitely read this book. It will change your life if you start doing this. I mean, I'm getting certified in this method to teach and bring this to Los Cabos. We're also going to bring Michael, the gentleman that opened Optimize down here, to give a workshop. And we will also be opening an Optimize. That's what we're working on now to get that in, and more on that to come. But Claudia, you experienced a little bit of it last night. You saw the red light therapy that we have in the house, and the
awesome.
And the biomat.
I'm excited. I'm super excited. I will get to the cold plunge. I think that will be the culmination of the journey, but yeah, it's amazing. I was telling you, my head can process all the information. I know it's true. I've seen the studies, and it's just when I get into that cold water, I forget to breathe. It's like, and forget to breathe. And that's not good.
Well, the cool thing about it is just putting your body in stress. What happens is you at first, I'm going to show you another picture here, because at first it's very difficult. The first time you get into a cold plunge, you pretty much want to die. I mean, because your body is freaking out. It's in panic mode. But I have to show you something. This is me and Yael, who's my girlfriend. I think some of you know, but this is an Optimize in Phoenix. Yael,
Wow.
the first time she got in was about a month ago, and she got in and got right out, and she was like mad at me that I asked her to get in.
You made her do that, yeah.
It took probably 5 times of her trying. We talked about breathing. This is probably her 6th or 7th time entering the cold plunge. She was there for 5 minutes. So this is the actual cold. I'm next to her there. She was there for 5 minutes, which is an amazing amount of time.
Yeah.
42 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think is about what is that? 5 degrees?
Yeah, 5
of Celsius, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
very
it's
cold, almost freezing. Yes.
Almost freezing. And so anyway, I just wanted to share, everyone can do this. And the truth is that you just have to do it at first, and you have to, it's all in your mind, your body. You're not going to die. You're not going to.
And that's the thing. If your mind convinces your body that you're going to die, then you will die. But your mind is so powerful. It can convince you, your body, your cells of something really amazing, like plunging into 42 Fahrenheit water for more than 5 minutes. So yeah,
it is amazing. Well, I think we want to inspire everyone. Go out, try some things, do some research on Wim Hof. That's a very easy breathing technique to start with. Breathing is life. If you learn to control your breath, you really learn how to control your life. And a lot of us aren't even conscious of it. I know, Claudia, you're doing some Kundalini yoga right now with what's his name again?
Prakash.
Yeah. What a great human being.
Amazing.
Who we had on the show on Cabo Mil News. We'll have to have him on our podcast.
Yeah, we'll get definitely. Yes.
All right. Well, that was a great little episode, and we will be back as soon as we have another episode.
Absolutely.
As soon as we figure it out.
Back for the 8th one. Take care.
Bye, everyone.